So when we look at the industry as a whole, it's racing to decarbonize. It's really systemic change happening in the industry, and that's because of technological innovation.
Welcome to Global Energy Show's 5x5 series. I'm Rachel Gregory. This week, we are joined by Myron Keehn, Vice President, Air Service and Business Development at the Edmonton International Airport, which in spring 2021 was the first airport in the world to sign the climate pledge. Myron, why is taking action to reduce environmental impact through air travel and joining the Climate Pledge Initiative an important measure for the Edmonton International Airport to commit to?
Every industry owes it to the future generations to ensure they're doing what they can to minimize the impacts on the planet. And from the airport perspective, we've been actively involved in ESG for a number of years, dating back to what we call Expansion 2012, where we doubled the size of our building, but cut our energy intensity in half. What we believe is important is how do we help not only ourselves as the airport, but all of our airport city sustainability campus partners to decarbonize and minimize their environmental footprint. And it's not just environmental footprint, it's things like illegal wildlife, it's replacements of plastics into other more sustainable uses, et cetera, that we're really working on. So for us, we have a core value of ensuring that we're doing the best thing we can for our planet. And that's really fundamental to all of our business.
What is the Edmonton Airport doing in regards to sustainability, and what changes can we expect in the next 10 years?
The airport has a long history in this space. After safety and security, our job is to create jobs in a fiscally and environmentally and socially responsible way. Specifically from an environmental perspective, Edmonton was the first airport to have a high-speed natural gas fueling station, to have natural gas buses instead of regular diesel buses. We partner with a company called Innovative Fuel Systems and WestCan to put in hybrid dual fuel natural gas diesel trucks that bring jet fuel to the airport. We've also done a whole program retrofitting buildings, reducing energy intensity. On behalf of one of my colleagues, we really were able to as well put in cogeneration. So we have 3 cogeneration units that make power out of natural gas, but also take the heat, and now it heats our building instead of using boilers. Then we partner with a company called Alpine Sun. They are building on our property the world's largest solar farm at an airport, open in 2024. And it's to give you an idea, it's 627 acres of land. It's about 340,000 solar panels. It has enough power to heat about 27 to 28,000 homes. Exponentially is way more power than the airport is ever going to need. We're also making a play into hydrogen. I can't get to the details on that fully. That'll be shared at the actual conference itself in April.
You touched on decarbonization. So could you expand on what changes you are making to decarbonize your operations?
It goes beyond just typical fuel use. We're looking at how we operate our business. We really drive innovation and change. We're one of the first airports in the world to implement on a regular basis drones into our operation. We've replaced a regular live Falcon with a robotic Falcon called Robert, with a great partner here out of Alberta, Airm Analytics, to drive strikes down. So it goes from those sorts of things, wildlife control, to a partnership with Air Canada, Drone Delivery Canada, Zing Final Mile, and Apple Logistics, and actually running drones to do last mile cargo delivery. And that's the precursor to the future. And that's to deliver last mile packages for e-commerce to people's businesses and then eventually homes by drone. And that reduces and removes vehicles from the road, reduces congestion, and replaces something that was running on gas with an electric alternative. It's not just fuel switching, it's actually looking at how we systemically do business and our partners do business.
What trends do you see happening in air travel that make a significant impact on reaching global climate targets?
For the first time in history in the last 5 years, airlines have started to retire planes before they're ready to be retired, simply based on fuel efficiency and reducing carbon emissions. And so you've seen a dramatic shift in change. You see the aircraft being much more lower emissions and flying longer ranges. So that's one initiative. The second one was just announced today. It's called the Sea Safe Project. It's the Canadian Council for Sustainable Aviation Fuel. It's a consortium across Canada. Edmonton Airports is proud to be one of the members of that. And that's to actually drive sustainable aviation fuel use. You're seeing globally trends where places like France are mandating 2% sustainable aviation fuel. So made from biofuels mixed in with regular fuel. Different countries in Europe are doing the same thing. You'll start seeing that come across the globe. And it's happening now in smaller scale, but electric and hydrogen aircraft. Airbus is committed to 2035, Airbus airplane running on hydrogen and electricity that'll go 2,000 nautical miles. That's a game changer. So when we look at the industry as a whole, it's racing to decarbonize. It's really systemic change happening in the industry, and that's because of technological innovation. I mean, technology is evolving so fast, engine technology is evolving so fast. So from great manufacturers like Rolls-Royce and General Electric and others that make the engines.
In your opinion, Myron, how do you think the energy mix will change in the next 5 years?
You see the world racing to hydrogen. It's one of the future tools in our toolbox for energy. I think you'll see more renewables enter the market, and we've seen renewables in Alberta being a massive market for renewables already, which people don't really realize. You'll see sustainable fuels like sustainable aviation fuel and biofuels come into the market for even vehicles, electrification, and eventually being not that far away, you'll see hydrogen ground vehicles first. Those are already real and happening and people are driving them, and then into the air.
Thank you, Myron. It was a pleasure chatting with you today and hearing about all of the incredible changes taking place at the Edmonton International Airport.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Rachel.
Thank you for watching another week of Global Energy Show's 5x5 series. Make sure to like this video, share it to your networks, and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can stay up to date with all of our new videos.